What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great one. Today in this video we're going to be taking a look at this product here. This is a product made by Carpuride and it is a 7-inch HD display. They're calling it a dash console and I'll explain why in just a few minutes. But this product, basically, if you don't know, this product will add Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Bluetooth, features like that, to an older car that doesn't have them equipped from the factory. So this is a pretty cool option. And the best part is you can still use your factory radio. You don't have to swap out to an aftermarket setup to be able to run these type of features. So in today's video, we're gonna be unboxing this product, we're gonna be reviewing it and installing it on my wife's 2007 Volkswagen Jetta. Now, this car has like 216,000 miles on it. This is our A to B mobile, as we like to call it. And this car just has AM/FM radio, it has a CD player, and it does have aux connection as well, or auxiliary. But other than that, that's pretty much it. No Apple CarPlay, no touchscreen, nothing. It's pretty basic in there. So this little product is going to bump the technology up in the car quite a few years, and I'm excited to test this thing out. So like I said, this is the 7-inch version. We're gonna get it onto the bench here, unbox it, show you what this all comes with, how to use it, and then like I said, we're gonna install it on the car, play with it, and see how it goes. So guys, let's go to the bench and check it out. So here is the product up close and personal on the bench. So you can see the box is actually a really nice box for this type of product. They do call out this is iPlay, A-Auto, AirPlay. So these two, they can't say Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, I don't think, but that's what these features are, which is super cool. But there's tons of features in this thing, which is awesome. So this is going to give you Bluetooth functionality. Like I said, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, AirPlay, so you can even cast to this thing as well. This has some voice controls, you can charge your phone off of this as well. So there's a lot of features in this little package here, which is awesome. You can also hook up a rear view camera to this as well, which is pretty cool. And I'll show you the SD card slot, USB, all that fun stuff on this thing as well. All right, guys, we got everything out of the box here. So let's kind of go through what Carpuride gives you in this specific kit. First, obviously, you got your power cable, power connection here, 12-volt power adapter. And then you do get a little extra bracket that I'll show you goes on the back side there in case you need it. You obviously get your auxiliary cable as well. Like I said, this is the one that I'm going to probably be using for this application. You do get two different mounting choices here, which this one here is a pretty neat option if your dash allows it. This one comes with some double face adhesive there. It mounts on the dash as more of a permanent style mount, and you can see it can angle back and forth. You basically just slide this into the back and you can mount it on your dash like that. This won't work on my car, like I said, or our car, so I probably won't be able to use that, but luckily they do give you a suction cup mount as well. And this one actually looks pretty robust there. You can slide it in and out to what length you need there, adjust it completely. And it is sticky on this side, so you can either mount it onto the glass or you can mount it onto the dash itself. So pretty easy there. And these little clips, like I said, they just clip right into the back, basically go in and up, and it'll lock into place. Taking a closer look at the actual unit here, you can see the button layout is going to be your home button, volume up, volume down. You got a microphone button here and then a back button, and it looks like there's a little mic port there right in the lower left hand side. Taking a look at this side here, you just get some ventilation. Up top you do have a power button there, so that's how you're going to be able to turn this thing on. And then flipping it around to the other side, this is where we're going to have all of our ports here. And this, you have a power connection here, of course, USB. You have your audio video out, so that's what we're going to be using our aux cable connection in. And we also have a cam in. Like I said earlier, if you have a backup camera you want to hook up to this, that is compatible with this guy as well, which is really cool. You also have that TF connection, they're calling it. Basically an SD card slot, so if you have music stored that way, you can plug that in here. And then it also has another mic connection if you want to use an external microphone. One kind of cool feature too that I noticed is that this actually has a light sensor on it as well. So I believe that you can actually have this dim and raise the brightness corresponding to, you know, the weather outside, if it's cloudy, if it's sunny, that kind of thing. So a lot of newer cars have that technology, so it's cool that you can get this in a little add-on package for your older vehicle. But now that you've seen what's in the box, let's go over to the car and we'll actually see how the interface operates. As we're in the car, you're in the back seat actually, and I'm gonna try to get this here because I wanna touch on one thing real quick for you. So like, as I was saying when we opened the video up here, this is a much easier method of installing Apple CarPlay or Android Auto into an older vehicle like this. Typically, you'd have to replace this older or factory radio unit with an aftermarket touchscreen setup like this. And that can be, one, expensive, you also have labor in there, and you're messing with all the wiring, all that stuff. So it's definitely a bigger job to replace this radio in here than it is to add something like this and keep the factory radio. The plus thing then is that you can take this, move this to a different car if you want in the future. You know, the options are kind of endless here. You're not just stuck with having to replace this, and then if you sell the car or something like that, you could take this with you. So there's some benefits to doing it this way, guys, and I think I found the perfect little mounting area here. For me personally, I think we're going to end up mounting this onto the windshield and then mounting it kind of in the center here with the suction cup mount. And the suction cup mount has this sticky kind of backing to it, so I think it's going to do a pretty good job of, you know, adhering to the windshield or the dash if we decide to move it that way. So let me mount it real quick. We'll hook up the connections then, and then let's go through the interface and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, we got it mounted here, and I bet you can see me in the reflection. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. However, I got it mounted up. I'm using, like I said, the suction cup mount, and then I have the auxiliary cable and the power connected here as well. So super easy to connect this up. I mean, it literally took me like less than 30 seconds to do all this. And I gotta say, the suction cup mount with the adhesive on the back is actually super stable. Like, this thing might, you know, vibrate around just a tad if you hit some big bumps and things like that. However, the actual mounting point is super sticky. So I don't have any worries at all about this actually coming off of here while you're driving, things like that. So we do still have the plastic on here, which I'm gonna peel off. The most satisfying part of any installation for electronics, right? So let's power this thing up and we'll take a look at how it connects to your phone so you can set up Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So let's get a little juice going into this. There we go. So something to note here is that you obviously need to turn the car on to get your 12-volt connection powered up. But once it's up here, you can see this thing looks pretty awesome actually. A full touchscreen display like we said. So there's your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, AirPlay, you got Bluetooth down here. And then we're gonna go through and set up the iPlay or the Apple CarPlay on my wife's iPhone here. So let's just tap on the Apple CarPlay. It's going to show you the wireless that it's going to show up as. So this is Carpuride W707, something like that. Alright, so on my wife's phone, I saw the Carpuride pop up here in the Bluetooth. So it's going to ask me to pair with this. So we're going to allow it. Let's see. Allow it to sync favorite contacts. Let's see, recent phone calls over Bluetooth. Do I allow this? Sure, we'll allow that. And then it's going to say, do you want to use CarPlay? And of course, we want to use CarPlay. So we're going to hit yes there. And it's doing its thing right now with pairing up to this device here. And you can see all the buttons and stuff. They're all backlit, so that's really nice. Easy to utilize. I mean, it's pretty much just like any modern infotainment display here. Let's see how fast it is going from one thing to the next. Spotify is loading. This is probably really only limited by the connection to your phone, you know, like, so how good of a signal quality do you have with your phone that's going to directly correspond with how this looks and how this operates, because this is basically mirroring what's on your phone. Not to a direct extent here, because my phone is completely, usable, but it is paired. All right, so I got you in pretty close here so you can actually see the interface up close. I really wanted to make sure you guys could see how this looks and how it operates. So I want to show you how you can transmit via an FM or AM signal here. It's actually, I think it's just FM transmission, but you see this little icon down here. So you go to FM trans, click on that. You can then choose whatever frequency you want to broadcast on. So in this case, I'm broadcasting on 88.10, and I found that this station here is all static, so this is perfect. What I'm gonna do is then broadcast through this station. You can see as soon as I hit the button, there's no more static, which is cool. So that means the car is picking up what this thing is broadcasting, and this is going to be obviously connected to the phone. And so if you have Spotify or something like that, some sort of music you want to play through, or you want to play it off an SD card, whatever, you can play that music through your car stereo system just by transmitting via FM radio. So pretty neat stuff here. So why don't we test it out with a song? So it is broadcasting right now. I'm going to use the Apple CarPlay here, and we'll go into Spotify. Let's play this one, only because it's not copyright, so we won't get, hopefully, hit with that. So let's play it. There it goes. It's coming through the speakers. Let's see what it sounds like when it gets going here, guys. All right. Yep, it sounds pretty good. So you can see that working. I won't make you listen to this any longer than you need to. However, it's important to note that if you're broadcasting and utilizing this FM transmission feature, if that's the only feature you have or the only option you have, that's great to have. However, your best audio quality is still going to be through that auxiliary connection there, that aux cable connection. Because as you're driving, you might go out of range of a certain station, and you might have to go through and change the transmission to another signal. So pretty cool option that they have this in there for some of the older cars out there. But like I said, I have mine connected with the aux cable, and I think that's what I'm going to stick with. I do want to show you one other thing real quick. So if you go into the settings, you can see that there is even a speaker on this unit itself. Now that can be used for, directions, things like that, but even if you don't have any sort of connections at all, let me unplug my aux connection here. Let's go back, make sure I'm not broadcasting. We'll turn that all down, or turn the broadcasting off. Let's go down and test it if we can actually send music through the device speaker on this thing. So say you have blown speakers in your car, something like that. I want to see if this works. Yes, it does, guys. Look at that. Now, is that going to be the best way to listen to your music? Probably not. However, it is an option, which is pretty awesome, guys. So even if you don't even have speakers in your car, you can still utilize this, which is pretty cool. Well, guys, that was the review, installation, unboxing, the whole video on this 7-inch Carpuride little display. This thing, what can I say, guys? This is pretty cool, man. This saves you a ton of time. You don't have to go replace the radio in your car. You can add something like this and still utilize the factory setup. I mean, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, FM transmission, Bluetooth, you get pretty much everything you'd want in something like this. So, guys, I'm impressed with it. I think my wife is gonna enjoy it a heck of a lot more than the standard FM or auxiliary connection. No more putting that phone in the creaky little mount on the vent So I'm pretty excited. I think it's gonna be a cool little addition to the car and make our trips to the stores and things like that a little bit more enjoyable. So if this video was helpful for you, I really appreciate it if you just hit like down there at the bottom. Also, if you guys wanna pick up one of these for yourself or something like it, any Carpuride product, go down in my video description, check out the link I'm gonna put in there, and I'll get you a discount code for some money off if you wanna purchase one of these yourself. So again, thank you Carpuride for sending it my way. I really appreciate it, and I hope this video was helpful to somebody out there, and if you guys have any questions, put them in the comment section down below. I'm happy to answer them for you. You guys have a great day. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye.